In today's video, I want to give you guys a little overview, little first impressions, and kind of a comparison with this Ram 1500 right here. It's a 2017 quad cab Ram 1500 SLT, pretty much base trim with a 5.7 liter Hemi V8 and the 8-speed automatics. Two-wheel drive, has a 3.21 rear end, and this is what I got right here for a loaner vehicle. Well, my car is actually, I'm having some things installed on it, and I got this for a day, and I'm actually on lunch right now at work, and I'm trying to just make a quick video for you guys, and definitely got some things I want to say about this truck. So let's get into this. So first off, I want to do like maybe my first impressions of this, because as you can see here, this is an SLT. I'll throw up the window sticker. I actually found it online of this truck, and it is a base model, has just a Hemi and an 8-speed automatic right here, and that is it. There's no other options on this truck. And I have to say, it is definitely a lot more basic than, say, a Bighorn and a Laramie. The two other vehicles I've actually driven, and driven a lot. My dad has a 2015 Ram 3500 Bighorn, with the luxury package, has, the better, or the bigger display here, and has, the 8-inch screen, and just, power seats. These do not have power seats. These are full manual seats right here. The batteries went out on it when it was in the dealership. I actually had a Ram 1500 exactly like this truck right here, exactly the same, just a Laramie. This is a base SLT, as the window sticker will show, and the other truck was a base Laramie, and oh my gosh, the difference is huge. Like, my first impressions of this truck was like, oh my gosh, like one thing you wouldn't think that you'd miss, like, oh, let's just go over here, let's change the radio. Wait, what? There's no controls on the back of the steering wheel. If you look right here, hope I'm showing it to you guys, but there is no controls back there. There is nothing there. Like, that's something you just wouldn't think would be gone on like a base model or a lower model. Like, I don't want to be like hating on this truck after driving this now. I've only driven it for maybe like an hour or so, but definitely tell, like, this display, I definitely want the other one. This is just my first impressions. And first off, I'd like to say, I guess, on comfort, because my big thing is I really like interiors. Like, I like a nice interior, I like it to be comfortable, and I will say, compared, I guess we'll go into the more comparison thing here, compared to a Bighorn and a Laramie, these seats are, I don't know, like, they're good though. Like, they got support here, like bucket seats and everything, but they have no lumbar support. They're not comfortable at all, really, to be honest. I feel like I'm just sinking like into the back, into this part right here. I feel like I'm just sinking in right there on the driver's seat, and it just doesn't feel comfortable. There is no adjustments for this right here on the driver. It's just, forward, backward, and the this right here can go forward and backward. That's it. So I feel like I'd like this to be like raised a little bit more, and so that's pretty much on comfort there. And like, for this radio, it's funny because when I first seen it, I'm like, oh dang, I've never seen one of these radios in real life, and oh my gosh, it is smaller than it looks in pictures. Like, it may look big, but it definitely looks small. There isn't much to it, really. I mean, it's radio. Press here, you got a little more. It just shows the outside temperature and your clock, which, I mean, there you go, you get a clock. I mean, it's pretty basic. I mean, this is an SLT, which isn't the basic. There is still a tradesman under it. And like, you get a compass, and then you have your settings, which there isn't much to set, really. Then you got your radio, and that's pretty much it for that. And then same thing over here. I mean, you get to see all your stuff. I haven't actually went through the setup screen, but like, you can just go back. You got your trips. Let's just see what this thing's been getting. This is a rental vehicle, so it's got 28,000. I can definitely tell it's a rental vehicle. It's been getting 15.8, and rental people are obviously going to be, not trying to go for fuel economy, I would think. Just in rental, everyone wants to see, ooh, big V8. Let's see how fast this thing goes. But there's the trips. I mean, you get message. Turn menu off. Huh. Let's just try this real quick. That's kind of weird. And then go up here to screen setup. I've never actually been in there. You get an info line. Oh wow, you can change between audio and time. Ooh, there we go. And you get odometer. Oh dang, you can change it to this. There we go. We just added 0.1 on there. Woo! So much customization here. But I mean, there's really not much to it. And to be honest, for a 2017, like, this display is kind of old. I mean, what is it, like a little dot display? I forget what they're called. There's a specific name for them, but I feel like Ram could really step up their base models, like the screen at least right here, because you only get that gauge, and you only get your gas and temperature, engine temperature, whatever gauge. As far as the comparison goes, like, I would definitely recommend getting a Laramie. I know there is now a luxury group option in the SLT, so you can get the nicer display, the 7-inch right here. You can change all your gauges around, and like even on this truck right here, you can change this out. You can put in the 8-inch screen, so there's an easy fix for this. Because honestly, like the second time I got into it, I'm like, oh, I'm going into that base model truck. But now, like, I fell in love with it, to be honest, a little bit. Like the Laramie. Like I totally wanted to go out and buy a Laramie Ram 1500 after I drove that truck. I'll put a picture of the one I had for about 5 days when I was it was a loaner, and I honestly, like, I want to buy a truck, but then I figured, okay, I want to get 4-wheel drive, and then just went way out of my price range, so I couldn't buy one. So that's why I got the Challenger. And this truck right here is just, it's giving me that same feeling, like the engine. It's just another thing compared to a Laramie. I mean, the looks on the outside, it just doesn't look as nice either. Like, I mean, it still looks, it's great looking truck, but it really looks dated when you get the lower level trims. That's one thing I also like to say. And look at this, you can definitely tell this thing is definitely a rental car. Because look at this. Someone else has some serious fun in here, because dang, that's a lot of mud. There's a lot of mud. There's that Hemi V8, and man, they've been having some fun obviously in this truck right here. But I mean, you get your base wheels here, and I mean, you do get chrome door handles, there you go. And as you can see, it is just an SLT. No backup camera, and rentals, they just throw in a bed liner here. Also, I'd like to throw in too, this is the quad cab model here, so just get a little test here. Let's get in here and get this back seat. And I am sitting comfortably behind myself. Well, behind myself, I do kind of lean back a little bit, but as you can see, my knees here do in fact hit. I am 6'2", and if I just leaned up a little bit further, I mean, it'd be perfectly fine, like if I were to go back behind that seat there. But back seat definitely straight up and down with the seat here, you know, no armrest or anything. And it definitely does, definitely you want to have taller people. I'd say 6 foot's the max for this back seat, unless, like I said, they're leaning up forward. Because I have my seat, the bottom there, pushed all the way forward, and I have plenty of leg room. It's just my knees here. I mean, that's comfortably behind myself, and I mean, I fit in here, but might have to give and take to who gets, you know, how much room here. But that's for the back seat. But as you can see, you get a little better view of the dash here. And like I said, it is a definitely base model. You see no buttons down here, no trailer brake, no 4-wheel drive, no heated cooled seats, none of that. But I really do actually kind of like the little base model. Like driving it this morning, I'm like, dang, this truck's got some power. You know, it's just, it gave me that little work truck feel, and it's like, yeah, I could have fun in this truck, you know? And definitely, you can always upgrade the screen there, but something I definitely want to do, you definitely want to get the option for the luxury option. I think you get the display in right there. I just added that for 2017, where you can get that, you know, the nice display on an SLT. One thing I will like to say though, compared to the Laramies and Bighorns on this truck here, you only get a single rear exhaust. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. You only get one exit exhaust, whereas on Laramies and Bighorns you get dual exhaust. I can definitely tell you, after just driving it, this one sounds much more muffled, quieter, and just overall not like a V8 sound. It almost kind of sounds like my car, to be honest, out of this big V8. Like, it definitely, if you're gonna buy this truck, I definitely recommend Bighorn or up, because you get that dual exhaust, and boy does it make a difference. Here, we'll do a little 0 to 60 for you guys. Okay, just crack the rear window so that way you can get a little bit of the sound from the outside and from the inside. And as you can see here, it does come with a power rear slider here, even on the SLTs. And let's go, let's give this a little 0 to 60. Put it in drive. It's weird, this rotary shifter is just so weird. And let's just torque it to about 1,000 RPMs. I don't want to spin the tires, because this thing does not have limit slip differential. That's why I think this thing is so tail happy, because, or more or less not tail happy, but it spins the tires. Like, I just got this thing washed. There was police like right at the intersection, and I was taking a left, and the tires were just slightly wet. I gave this thing maybe 20-25% throttle, like just kind of get off the line a little bit, and this thing's, and I just let off immediately. I was scared to death. I thought I was gonna get pulled over. This thing definitely likes to spin the rear wheel. It's probably a one tire fryer, as they'd say, because it does not have limit slip differential. But let's see. Here we go. Okay. Go. as you can see there, this thing just spun the tire, probably only one tire, and we lost a lot of traction there at the beginning, so I did actually kind of let off. I wasn't flooring it because there is a lot of people around and I don't want to be, you know, making a lot of noise. So we're going to try to do this one more time without spinning the tires, so let's go. I'm not going to do it or whatever, brake torque it. I'm just going to go off, take it a little bit easy, and then just floor it right away. So here we go, let's go. Go. There you go. That's actually pretty quick. Like, this truck gets up and moves. Like, it is a fun truck. Like, it can go. The thing is, it only has a 321 rear end, and I definitely can tell that is definitely more geared towards the low end. Like, this truck, like, it gets off line. I don't know how it would do, like, on the highway. Like, I've been on the highway and I stepped on it. It doesn't move that quick. Like, I definitely want to try the 392. I haven't tried one with the 392. I definitely do think it would probably be a better rear end, especially what I've heard on the internet. That's pretty much it, you guys. I mean, this is a nice truck, even for being an SLT. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's an SLT, I can't be driving something so low or whatever. But like, my dad's 02 Ram, my dream truck, the truck I want to buy from him one day, it's a complete base model with, you know, crank windows and everything, and I love it to death. And I mean, this truck is definitely nice. Like, it's got power windows, you know? Even for being a lower model, or, well, it's not a tradesman, but it is an SLT, and I definitely gotta say, it's a nice truck. But I really would like to get the, if you're out there buying it, I would definitely recommend getting the bigger display. I'll have a picture of it on the screen. It's definitely more user-friendly, or if you like seeing all your stuff at the same time, basically. If you want to see all your gauges, be able to read everything, and it's definitely much better. I think Ram should really do something about this base model one. It just doesn't give you that much information all at once, which I would like. And the radio, something you can easily always switch out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I'd have to say about this truck that I don't like would probably be these seats right here. I mean, I really like the power seats. That's why I definitely say, if you're gonna get an SLT, get that little luxury option package, because it gives you the screen there, better screen, and it gives you full power driver's seat. So it definitely makes up, because it gives you lumbar and you can actually adjust it. Because I feel like my whole back is just being like concaved in here, and I'm like slouched over the whole time I'm driving, and it really just does annoy me. And the sound system, I will say, is not that great either. I think this is just the base sound system, and I don't know if it's just this truck. Maybe people have been, you know, booming like crazy in this thing, throwing the bass all off, because it crackles and pops, and it's not that great. Oh yeah, also another little thing. Look at this. This is their mirror. They said, I'll throw a little picture of the window sticker with it. It says day-night mirror. It's just like a little mirror, and it's just like a cheap little mirror. It's just tinted like a light blue color, so it's like day-night mirror. I just find that funny. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the little review. This is what I could do in an hour, because that's literally all the time I have, free time I have to make this video. And I think that's pretty much it, you guys. Like, I would definitely say I recommend this truck. Like, I totally want this truck. The only things I'd have to say, definitely would want to get, would be the limit slip rear end, 392 rear end also, and definitely would want to get, you know, if you're going to get an SLT, or I definitely say get an SLT or higher. Get an SLT with the luxury group, like, as the base model, because I don't know, I don't think I could sit in these seats for too long without being fully, you know, comfortable, I'd guess. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a wimp about it or whatever, but whatever. It's just what I like and what I'd want. You know, in the end, it always does come down to price, so, you know, the base model is what you can get, that's what you can get. That's what, you know, honestly, I was looking at getting a base model, and I almost did buy one, but even then, 4-wheel drive, and, you know, all those options I just listed, you know, pretty basic, still throws it out of the price range, so, for what I would be buying. But yeah, there's my little review, overview, and first impressions of the truck, pretty much just comparing it to a Bighorn and a Laramie, basically. That's all I could do here. But, oh yeah, one thing, like this steering, also just throwing another thing, real random, this thing is so light. Like, look at this, watch this. Put it in drive, get up, go a little bit, that nice V8, and look at this, you can just steer this whole thing with your finger. Like, this has got to be the lightest steering ever. And the body roll, like, oh my gosh, like the whole thing is just, it's got some serious body roll. Maybe that's because it's a 2-wheel drive, or maybe it's because it's a rental and it's just been thrown around and obviously been through a lot of mud there. So that's pretty much it for this video. There's nothing else I think I could say. Got to go back to work, and Definitely, if you want more Challenger content, like this Ram review, maybe I can get other vehicles to review. Hopefully get some new different rentals, since I will be getting a rental anytime I take my car into service. You know, subscribe for that content. And also, if you would like to, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll have the links in the description below. See you guys later. Have a nice day.